All right, guys, this is Tina T and Greg Olmen. Greg Olmen is part of the B2C team in San Diego, kicking butt. And he would be a great person to pick his brain on some of the certification tracks. What we want to talk about today is how do you successfully sell the MCSA Server 2012 Bootcamp. That's coming up April 6th through 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's around the corner, but we do have enrollments. We're looking for more. We're looking for 13 more enrollments. So this class includes the 3 classes, 2410, 2411, 2412. So I'm going to ask him some questions that maybe would be in the vein of you as an AE asking a potential customer in your database. So let's get started. So in regards to this boot camp, it's going to be accelerated. There's 3 classes that'll be delivered in 5 days. Greg, who in your opinion is the best candidate for this type of boot camp?
Well, there's a bunch of different inroads into that. Some of the key things you're looking for is people who are trying to attain the skill sets to the job that they're already working with, certifications for that, or those they're looking to kind of forward from a position to a new skill set. So if you're hearing someone say, well, I'm currently working in desktop support, or I'm currently working with messaging, getting them in position with their company's approval to take that next step and get the MCSA certifications, or at least through this bootcamp process, would be a really high candidate for that.
When you're talking to this potential candidate, do you have any type of direct conversation with them that might get them to buy into it? In other words, are you talking to them about their position, advancement, team projects? How would you, from a B2B perspective, talk to them about them being a good candidate for this boot camp?
Sure, I think it goes along 2 different rails at the same time. I think one, you want to identify a personal, professional target that they're going to have. What sort of IT person do you want to be? What sort of skill sets do you have? What monetary compensation do you want to include through having these additional skill sets? And secondarily, what is your company's plans for you? What is this position going to evolve to? What is going to be the new responsibility or maintenance requirement that you're going to have in your role? Between the 2, you'll be able to find a real positive kind of leveraged position for them to see this as a valuable asset for them.
Okay, so we're going to go through our CRM, we're going to do a view list, lookup, and we're going to punch in some words that are key that might identify a candidate that would have this good skill set. The simplest is to go back and look at candidates that have prerequisites first, and then potential candidates through other buzzwords within conversation. So can you address both of those? What is a prerequisite that would be good? And then tell me through conversation some buzzwords that we would want to be cognizant of to start a conversation.
Sure. Some of the things that you'll listen for, I said it before, but desktop support. Some of the prereqs are like 6 to 12 months of experience, either working in a server environment, working with desktop support, working with operating system kind of interface. Some of the certification prerequisites would be potentially an A+ certification or a Network Plus. Those skill sets that are going to give them the raw materials to be able to be successful in this bootcamp class environment without being overwhelmed by all of this new data.
Okay, so that was some prerequisite classes, DMOC, as well as some conversational words as well for conversation. That's good. How do you sell the value of this certification? Future opportunities, value to their team. Is there any type of statistical data that you guys have done within market, maybe with Robert Half, that maybe you could toss at them to get them interested?
So obviously, this is a growth track for IT professionals, and certainly as they grow forward, they're looking over the next couple of years of potentially a 50% growth in this avenue of IT infrastructure support. So that would be a motivating factor. Also, I would sell the point that we are Microsoft's #1 training partner. The legitimacy of that and the way we protect their brand or value adds not only to the customer but to the corporate client. And so I think the combination of those are a real strong selling point.
Great. And talk to me a little bit about what the opening conversation might be to a potential candidate.
I might even speak B2C here, so if I do, you change my thought track. But I think it's important to get them empowered into the process. There's a difference between my company needs me to, which is one aspect, and I would like to. I think people will get more involved in your kind of marriage to their needs by hearing what you or what they think their target is in IT, where they want to see themselves in 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 5 years, and how this new boot camp sort of training class, these new certifications fall into that will determine how much they buy into your kind of being a good asset for them to get to their target.
Nice. So you've had a conversation, you've identified a candidate, you've discussed their opportunity and potential, you know the DMOT class is involved, it's a boot camp. You're gonna sell them on the fact that they're gonna be out of the office for 5 days versus 15 days. What might be your call to action at this point?
I think there's a couple of directions you can go there. One is to seek that next level of approval support from their company. What would happen here? Bring them involved into the process. Two would be to paint a picture of what the expectation would be like. Here's class times, here's class dates. The other thing would be to walk them through what Microsoft even says is the advantages to these certifications, how you have a new demonstrated level of knowledge and proficiency, you've incorporated new technologies, and the buy-in for them, of course, is with new certifications, you directly enhance your compensation piece.
Great. All right, so remember guys, this is a discussion about a boot camp. It's advanced. You have to make sure they're ready and prepared. Obviously, it sounds like having some fundamental CompTIA skills would make them a candidate to be prepared.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So the MCSE Server 2012 Boot Camp, we ran one track last year. We've already run a track in February. We've got another track coming up next week in April 6th through the 10th. Thank you. Bye.